Because by the time we're talking, we're kind of drown them out.
Hard for you. That's
But it's
like,
probably a thing
right
you
there.
know.
You can see the
Nah, it's
Alright, cool. So we're gonna start.
The next generation have a lot of good examples before them, a lot of elders and a lot of leaders who have paved the way and fought for where we're all at now. I think it's not easier, but at least we have to get to where we are now. Like, we're not starting from scratch.
no.
They've set all these examples for us that we can now build on their legacy.
It's lucky we've been, like, we have children's grant for our teaching for our young ones, because we have our elders here, the middle ones, then ourselves, and then the younger ones, because they are our future generations, because they'll be the ones leading on.
And they're the one that continue to carry it on into the future, grounded in their knowledge of their language and culture, because they're learning it from generation to generation that are coming through and working in Ampe-kenhe.
We need to see the changes of, the main one is our language and culture. That's the main one. So we have to have that strong in our identity, especially for our young ones.
So that they can mangle it, and they're knowing who they are and the identity of who they are in language and culture.
That disconnect
Yeah.
from their language, from their culture, from their country. It's a different world. Nariel Mangam,
Yeah.
different from Gwen generation, Mum, Gwen, and mine.
Yes.
They've got so many other pressures out there, and it's hard to lose yourself, right? And when you don't have that connection, you're lost.
Yeah.
We always had our country, we had our language and culture. We all had that strong foundation.
Yeah.
And that's what Mbamab is missing now. Not just Mbamab, a lot of people.
Yes.
From feeling disempowered and blah, and that they don't know who they are and where they fit in. They can't fit into the Western way.
Yeah.
And then not being strong in who they are, like in country camp, it is lost. And all we can do is go off our upbringings and with our elders on country, learning language, and that's what we want for them.
And that's why now we need to be that bridge for them, Na culture najak, Ganjak and culture and blood. That's why we need that intergenerational, holistic way of doing things.
Right? We grew up 4 grandparents in my generation. Part of their grandparents, mother's side, father's side, we used to walk around with them. They used to teach us, taught us, walking on country, learn about everything, right? Culture. This is written, which way to go. Then the more sacred one. Because nowadays, we have to in the culture and the what again now. We have to pick them again over. So they're going to know what that or roll and lagan on the jet away. We was bored of a lagan. Nowadays, we got a communal culture in there.
But that's what we're here for. Is we'll keep going down this path because this is what the elders wanted. When you look at how many years Children's Ground has tried to build this. Our elders have tried many different ways to focus on language and culture. What's working
And not working.
Well, when you look at working with the families, making them feel included in decision making. Because how many times government just come in and drop programs? We got this program, program, old people program,
and it's for like a year or 2 years, and when at the end it doesn't work, if it works or doesn't, they still take it away.
Yeah, so it's that thing, like you don't include us, and it's like you quick to make decisions for us, but not including us.
Without us.
Who are you to tell me how to live?
Yeah, exactly.
What we can have in our communities.
When we're the ones who's living this situation every day of life, and we can see what's going on with our young ones, young adults, etc. So walk with us,
You see the beauty in communities, like every day. People don't just give up and just don't do anything. They will put aside whatever that they're going through, because they see the bigger picture, which is, prioritizing these kids, and we've said it times before, we love our kids. We want what's best for them, and we do know what's best for them. And when programs are chucked into communities without their consultation, getting, what is it that you guys want to see here? Of course it's not going to work, because you didn't ask us. You didn't ask me what I wanted. What do I see for my kid?
You're coming in and making the decisions for us based on what you get from whatever organizations you putting the money into, because that's where the most get information from. But you're not actually coming in and sitting down with people who actually can see what's going on around them in their community, with their kids, with their young adults, and they would actually have answers. People do want to do something and make a difference in their lives.
Like sessions and you see the love, you see the joy in everyone's faces when they're in a place, like when they're doing things that they were a part of the planning, because this is something that they wanted to do. Someone's heard them. Someone's heard what it is that they wanted to do and would like to do, and okay, well, here's your resources that you need, and that's what we do here. Is we listen to the community. Okay, what do you guys do? Okay, we'll help you get this.
We can support you in that area. Because you are the ones that making the decisions that about what you know and need.
When you go out on sessions and or what young people know, what's your message to them? Like,
just keep encouraging them. Really, and make them feel a part of it, all of it, all the moving parts, because we talk about intergenerational. So we make them to be a part of it, where they get to be involved. And just that encouragement and support always for them. Because a lot of our young ones are losing their way because they don't have that,
And I think being that consistent person or place for them, people, a lot of organizations and programs, and they come and go, but if we could be that one thing, one place that they can
consistently in their life,
and telling them that there is strength in them, like you may not feel it today, but you're here, and I think, you know, that there will be a time where, you know, you will be heard and your strengths will shine, you know.
As
you
you get
might not
older.
feel it. Yeah,
As
yeah.
you get older.
And I think that your opinions are valid and how you feel is valid. I don't think a lot of young people hear that. I guess because, you know, people might just expect the worst from them, you know. Who's out there telling them that though?
Yeah, yeah, who is? Yeah.
You know, how do they know?
Actually,
times are hard right now, right, for young people.
Yeah.
And especially when they don't have that supports in place already, like we did. It's gonna be hard, and it's gonna take time
And trust as
and
well.
trust. Yeah, for us to, you know, like for things to get better.
And for them to believe it, you know, that we are not just here for this short term or whatever, you know, for them, that they can
We gotta
build
be
this
strong
trust.
too, you know.
Yeah, build
Yeah.
that trust with them. Yeah.
Like we gotta be strong for them. You know, like we gotta have strong mind and body to support them so they can be strong as well. As you know, second, you know, elders or bigger ones.
And like, you know, be that constant presence in their life, you know, present, because maybe we can't always be there, but there can be that different sorts of groups that can be there, you know, supporting each other, you know, and that's why we have these communities that's within Children's Ground.
Yeah. And I think like it's not just one person here at Children's Ground.
Yeah.
It's the whole organisation.
Yeah.
They have in their corner.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Also, when we're here for our kids, learning, that's the most important thing that we have.
Yeah.
Learning, because this is what our kids want. We teach them from our, you know, going out to our communities, to our, where we want to go out, on learning on country, because they're the ones we got to look after, because they're the opportunity we have. Plus families and communities come together for their kids' sake. That's the reason why.
And that's why we center the child here, you know.
Because child is the center of our workplace.
And as Indigenous people as well, you know. Because that's how it always was. The child was always centered, and the family around it, and then community, and that's how we work. So our children are our next generation, so that's why we centered them.
And I think when you talk of like strength and vision and legacy, you know, right, we are continuing you know, all the elders and leaders before us, their legacy, and we gain strength from them, but we also get strength from the little ones and the young people, because they remind us why we do what we do. And then I think that you know, it just puts us on that path. Okay, this is the vision of what was wanted, we're going to follow the legacy, and then the young people will be thinking that of us. Do you know what I mean? Because
and that continuous creating of the legacy that will keep going, you know. It's like it's not going to stop because of one people. I think we are all on this journey together to create this continuous legacy for us, our young people, our young and our children,
to create that much needed change, right? That that needs to happen.
Yes.
You know, and it'll take all of us.
That's why I always like that saying, you know. I don't know where it came from, but it takes a community to raise a child, you know. You know, it's everyone involved in creating all these legacies with these children and young adults.
It's been passed down from our from the elders, which is today generation.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we'll continue to create new generations.
Mm. Mm.
I'm not crying. It's really cold and dusty right now. I look beautiful, you
Oh.
know.
You open it, you lock it.